Proteen, we work in Uganda, and what we're doing is we're working with black soldier-fly larvae, and these larvae, they consume organic waste. Can be any type of organic waste, municipal waste, or in this case what we're going to do is coffee waste. So the larva will eat the coffee waste and create a fertilizer, and this fertilizer we will distribute to the coffee farmers. And we've been able to prove that the fertilizer really impacts the yield of coffee. And that yield increase is what will generate incomes for the farmers. So that's one significant way, and we're looking at about 5,000 to 6,000 improved jobs just from the coffee farmers alone. And then we're also looking at created jobs from the factory that we'll have to create to process all of this coffee waste. And the big partner that we're going to work with, the coffee partner, they will really help us distribute to coffee companies. And then another way that we're looking at about 2,000 extra improved jobs is that we sell baby larvae to these youth, and the youth can then create their own larvae, which they can use to feed to their livestock. And we have experience with this with our previous Challenge Fund project. So why I started Proteen and why I came to Uganda. Originally I've always wanted to become a chef and work in food. So my previous ambition was to become a chef, and I worked in the kitchens and I was very close to food. But I realized I was a bit too close to food, so I wanted to take a step back and work in agriculture. And very luckily I was given an opportunity to make a documentary about coffee in Uganda. So I made the documentary together with my colleagues, and it went very well, and the company still exists. It's called Marula. And being in the country, seeing agriculture, seeing the impact of agriculture through the coffee, we started Marula Proteen. And where Marula works on media, Proteen works on the black soldier-fly larva. And I didn't know I was going to come to Uganda. It happened, but I'm very happy that I'm there. And I'm very happy with the choice of being in agriculture. But yeah, it all came from a love of food and a love of agriculture. From my experience with Proteen, how we can attract youth into green jobs is, it sounds cliche, but it's to show the money, to show them where the money is. Of course it's important to have impact, but at the end of the day, people will be interested in something by following the money. And what I mean by that is that we have to show role models and champions of agriculture, people that have been part of our program, and show them that it really works. And especially when you look at farming, farmers follow other farmers. And we have been able to do that. We have been able to show some champions and to showcase these champions, because I think that there's so much information out there, there's so many opportunities out there that sometimes I think as a young person, as a young farmer, both for us and the ones in Uganda, you feel overwhelmed. So if we can show them that there are examples of farmers where it works, and these youth champions, I think that's what's really needed. A young person looking at another young person and seeing that it really works. I think we have to showcase that more. So what I think Ugandan companies need to accelerate the green transition, I believe that what you're seeing in Uganda, especially, is the diversification of revenue streams. And what private sector companies can help with is for themselves to diversify their revenue streams, both in the service business and the product business, which is also the direction that we're going, and to teach farmers that they can diversify their revenue. Many farmers are smallholder farmers, and the smaller the size, the more diversification of revenue that you need. And so we're doing that as a company ourselves, but also to show farmers how to do that themselves. And what I just explained is that, giving farmers the opportunity to make their own larvae is a whole new revenue stream for them outside of conventional agriculture. And even though the absolute impact on their revenue might be smaller, it adds to a diverse basket. So I think that we as the private sector have to do that ourselves, diversify your revenue streams, and that we also show farmers how to do that as well.